Hi modelers. A friend asked me if I would quickly go through how I use Illustrator to create stencils for aircraft registrations and various shapes that I could send to my plotter to make access panels and things like that on the model aircraft. So I agreed, and here goes. This is lesson 1. I'll just quickly show you the basic tools in Illustrator. This is running on Windows, by the way. Okay, first of all, across the top we've got the fill colour. So any shape or anything you draw on the screen will be filled in by this colour. I'm going to select none because I don't usually want to fill, because when my plotter cuts, it cuts a line. Fill is of no use, it's used in drawing. The other selection you can make here is the outline colour, and this is the colour that the brushes use, the brush colour for outlining the shape that you draw. Okay, so I'll set that to black. Okay, the stroke is the width of this outline brush stroke. Okay, and 0.5, 0.25, whatever. I'll set it to the smallest. Okay, so that's the fill color, the outline color, and the stroke width, and that's just the line that it draws on the screen. You can make that as wide or as narrow as you like. The actual line that it cuts to is an infinitely narrow line, so you don't actually need a stroke. The stroke is only there so that you can actually see it while you're working on it. Okay, I'll ignore these other functions for now because they're not important for what we're doing here. Down the left hand side we have the select tool. This allows you to select items on your workboard. Then you have the direct selection tool. This allows you to select items at a more granular detail and goes down to the anchor points that make up an item. I'll ignore the next ones. The pen tool, which is usually just like that, allows you to draw things, but when we'll use it is when we want to add or delete or convert an anchor point. Okay. This is for drawing lines, this is for drawing squares and rectangles, and this is for writing text. If you hold them in and slide across to the right, you can alter the way that they're used. The line tool can be an arc, spiral, all sorts of things. And the square tool can actually be a rounded rectangle, which is useful if you're doing panels, etc. Or ellipse tool, which is circles, etc. Polygons, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so that's those. Basically, when you start out, you're presented with a white screen, which is your workspace. Within that workspace is a artboard. Now, the artboard is the only bit that will print. So when you first set it up, File, Document Setup, the artboard is specified as having the sizes you stipulate in here. In this case, I've set it to A4 because my printer only handles A4, or the printer that's attached here only handles A4. So I've set it to A4 should I want to print anything. Okay. However, most of the stuff I do is plotted or cut on a plotter, and the plotter doesn't care how long the strip of vinyl is that I'm cutting. It only is interested in the width. So I tend to use an A4 width, so this page here is a good indication of the plotter size. The important thing to remember is that anything you draw has to be in this paper area here if you want to print it. However, if you want to cut it, it doesn't matter. You can highlight it from anywhere on the workspace at all and send it to the plotter, and it will plot it or cut it. Okay, that's the... Oh no, there's one more thing I wanted to just tell you. It is quite useful to have rulers on the side of the page. So if you go to View and Show Rulers, that's useful. If you've got it set to metric, then obviously these will show in millimeters, and the 0 point is the bottom left corner. So if you go across, it's 0, and you go up, it's 0. Okay, this is useful just to give you an idea of how big things are that you're drawing. Okay, that is it for now. In the next episode, I'll show you how to do some basic drawing stuff. Okay.